Hey guys, it's John.
And Kimmy.
And in this episode, we will be conducting the second class trial. Are you ready, Kimmy?
I'm ready, John. We're very excited. So I think we decided not to talk to everyone before because
it's
they
a
just all
waste
say
of time.
they all say the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ahem. So, is everyone ready to what? Am I blind? Or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here.
Of course she's not here.
And Toko is...
You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job?
But really though.
She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him.
I can't imagine how terrifying that would be. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible!
One of these days, our neighbors are gonna call the cops. And they're gonna be like, I heard her, she was shrieking. Terrible, you're terrible. I can't believe you would drag a girl around.
We should probably meet our neighbors and just explain.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said we should probably meet our neighbors and be like, by the way, this is what we do.
We should probably mute our neighbors?
Meet them.
Oh,
introduce ourselves.
I thought you meant like mute them so they can't call the cops.
No! Oh my god.
Just
that would be
point the
incredible.
remote control.
Incredible
Now
technology.
they can't talk at all. Phew! So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro.
Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her.
And that's why they had to off her.
Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. It was one of us.
Yeah, there it is.
And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
Okay,
Yeah,
bye.
We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
it's true. Yes.
I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs.
Actually, the nod wasn't like this. If it's an anime nod, it's like this.
Why like a gen
Because that's how they nod in anime. They're like,
I figured it would have been like this. You know, like a slight forehead tilt.
just imagine the camera all zoomed up in his face. He goes like,
I can't. Sorry.
With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to ascend.
that's how elevators work.
I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating.
All right.
This guy's. Once we got in the elevator, it started moving.
The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground.
Oh, do you not want a step-by-step analysis of how this is working right now?
We went down 1 floor, 2 floors, 3 floors. It felt like the floors would never end. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation.
The walls kept moving
Until
upward.
finally,
Yeah.
Upward and upward.
it came to a sudden stop.
And we all died.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
Please sign
your seats.
Please sign your seats.
How did he redecorate?
And
Let's
so,
find out.
the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Are you ready?
Yes,
There's gonna be more.
I know.
A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly glass trial.
Does he do that every trial?
Yeah, he does.
Oh my god.
They don't do that in the second one.
Thank goodness.
Right. So I've equipped a new skill. It's Lost in Thought. Increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad, right?
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And now we just get to sit back, relax, and listen.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
So we don't have to listen to this.
Your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then
Yeah.
I'll punish everyone besides.
You guys get it.
Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow.
How did he redecorate? Is it by adding Chihiro's picture?
Yeah, probably. I wonder which one it is.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
It's it! No.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument would it have been?
What?
Oh, contradicts, not
contradict.
supports.
Right. Sorry. Okay.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go. Fuck. What? Oh, it was off. No, that's wrong.
Break!
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Why the fuck does Hiro think it's an iron pipe?
I feel like that was mentioned at one point, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
Hiro's just an idiot.
Okay, I'm
It was
satisfied
covered
with
in
that.
blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You
That's a bummer.
look at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy.
Because she wants us to live,
I know.
all right?
Yeah, I know.
God. She's
If
like, all
you
right,
don't
you
mind,
fools.
I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. They do this thing in trials that drives me crazy. Somebody will say something, and then the main character will just repeat it to themselves.
I know. I do want to say, I find myself rolling my eyes a lot at this game.
You almost said at this shit, didn't you?
I almost said show, actually.
I roll my eyes a lot at this shit.
No, I was about to say at the show. But I want to make it clear, I just roll my eyes at the little details like that where you just repeat stuff, not at the game itself, because I find this very well done in storytelling and especially the mysteries so far. But I am rolling my eyes at the dumb, like, I'm gonna repeat everything that was said 12 times.
Yeah. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. We'll have to hear about it.
Let's do it.
For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate.
Oh my god.
But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. So take careful aim when you have your silencer out.
Ooh.
Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. White noise. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Are we on gentle? We're on kind.
We're on
right?
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So white noise is basically like things that other people are saying in the background. So that's what you'll see. They'll show up as comments.
Oh.
And it's like other people's reactions to what's being said. It's not just reverent silence.
I was
you know?
thinking like actual lines.
No, like static.
Yeah, that were white.
That's what I thought it was at first too, but no.
Took it a little too literally.
You'll see. So like little comments will throw up like things
Okay.
people are saying, right?
I'm excited. That's cool.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Oh, right. Okay.
Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Ooh, that would have been close.
It was a little close, wasn't it?
Good job.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body.
So he just said the answer.
Yeah, this game's kind of bad about that. I forgot to turn down the music. Well.
I got it!
I got it!
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
And everyone
However,
who looks at the
Chihiro
pictures.
was most definitely
No, the
suspended
pictures aren't
in the
public.
same way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hifumi's so useless.
I love it.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
I just want to be like, it's okay, honey.
Hiro and Hifumi and Taka really are all just kind of there, perpetually confused during the class trial. Although sometimes they say something astute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other times they say things stupid.
very good. Moving on. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh, Hangman's Gambit.
Oh, ayo. He's got to think about it.
What is this? Wait. What am I looking for?
I don't know. It's multiple personality disorder, isn't it?
Oh. Oh,
Oh, schizo?
that's a little weird.
That's very weird. I guess I didn't want you to be doing this for like
Now I
3
understand.
long words or something, you know?
Yeah. This game isn't very
Is it because Genocide
PC?
Jack
progressive
has a split personality?
in the mental health department.
Yeah.
But it still is an interesting trial.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, not multiple personality
Okay.
disorder. I was
Yeah.
wrong about
Still, to go
That's
and
an outdated
say that
term.
about Miss Fukawa is...
that. Oh.
Multiple personality disorder is dissociative identity disorder, but it's been renamed and refined.
To multiple or to disassociative?
No, to disassociative. DID is the
Gotcha. Actual,
Yeah.
the modern day term. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior.
It changed!
Man,
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up,
I'm fine! I'm fine! Yeah, let's go.
yeah. Everyone likes your unhinged Toko, though.
It was really fun to do. I just feel like I wouldn't be able to do it up to snuff
Right.
It's
now.
acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
not to mention, once she regained consciousness and
That's
saw
fair.
Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive, she told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
I had to rub my nose.
Maybe that's
And that
sneeze.
trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it. But
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Jeez.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second,
Is he summoning? Like, he has the power to summon?
No. Byakuya?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. He doesn't have the power to summon anything. It's just when Genocide Jack. Well, you'll see.
Okay.
It's Genocide Jack's decision.
Gotcha.
So up until. Well, we'll just go.
Yeah.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
That's such a great laugh.
Intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Thank you, Sakura.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend? Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
She has
This
the
should
best
be enough
laugh.
to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but... So what are your thoughts right now?
So I think that Genocide Jill is telling the truth. I don't think she did it. Because I think that she would take the credit because she obviously enjoys it, right? But there were those scissors in the pictures used to hang the people, and here it was the cord.
The extension cord.
Yeah.
So you think it was a copycat killer?
Yes.
You don't think Genocide Jack would intentionally make the murder scene look different to skew the blame on someone else?
So that way everyone else is killed and Genocide Jill is the only one remaining?
Yeah, so that they're wrong. Trying to frame, well, trying to make it look like it's a copycat killer instead of the real thing.
Yeah, I could see that. But...
So up until this point, I thought it was Byakuya who was... Either he was Genocide Jack.
I remember thinking that too.
What she was saying in the doorway, like, I won't let Genocide Jack have control, and she's talking about the promise she made to Byakuya. I thought he was using her crush on him to like, as like a means of control.
Like him saying, if you continue to act a certain way, then I won't kill.
Yeah.
Basically.
Or like, no, like, or like she was gonna stop him is how I took it. But like she was feeling powerless because she knows what he is or something like that.
See, I wonder if he is the copycat killer and trying to pin it on her.
Like he said, only the cops should be familiar with Genocide Jack's style of killing, right?
Right, so he could have gotten away with it had Makoto not seen and observed the details.
Yeah.
But somehow I don't feel like any of that is right.
We'll see. But something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all this. I will say that you're right to suspect Byakuya because there's some fishy things.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it's wrong.
Byakuya is gonna be mad that he chose
Are the
Makoto.
methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
I love Genocide Jack.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Whoa, we are throwing
no creation of
brands
mine.
under the bus here.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
What is it though? There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here, you'll see a clear difference.
The fatal injury!
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yes, Taka. That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here, you'll see a clear difference.
Yeah.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Those are pretty badass looking scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Yes,
Listen
honey.
up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look who the victims were in each genocide Jack
Yeah,
case.
she only kills men,
There's
right?
a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
She looks like those, Leviathans from Supernatural.
Yeah. Mixed with like the Joker from Batman, like in the animated. Or no, I'm thinking of is it the Green Goblin? Or like Venom or something with
Venom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Venom. So
glad
if
you
you
got
haven't
that
seen
from-
if you haven't seen the worst season of Supernatural, basically there are these like Leviathans that invade the earth.
It's amazing.
And you wanna know how they're portrayed? They're just like regular people, and then they do this.
Their faces, like, they get distorted so their head falls back and their jaw drops open. So it's like lengthened and made really big, but they're just like,
That's all they ever show them do in the show. It's like 20 episode season of
think
like,
it's
oh
season
no, the
8.
Leviathans. And then whenever the Leviathans are there, they're just regular people. And then they go, and that's it.
it's so funny.
I can't even throw my head back far enough. It's like,
Sometimes we'll just greet each other that way.
yeah. I'm a Leviathan.
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Right. No, we get it.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I killed with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it!
Remember who said something about that earlier? Hifumi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
Nobody's ever talked to him like that.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Yeah.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Whoa.
She's fully equipped.
I want her to just start shooting them at people.
I know.
Like
That's right!
ninja
So I
stars.
can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Whoa, take a breath.
I know, right?
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the genocide Jack cases.
Where is he?
Taka, right?
Exactly. Keep going.
Junko.
Yes, Junko.
Sakura.
I love that skipped over Monokuma.
Yeah.
Woo!
Here's my answer.
Here's my answer.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Damn.
I feel like
TMI.
I mean, I still think this is the best answer we have so far, but I still feel like it's too messy to be him.
Well, we'll get into it. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Oh,
we'll
I'm
do a
sure.
thorough look.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah, he pointed out the locker rooms right away.
Yeah.
He thinks that the locker rooms are suspicious. Just he's bad at bringing it up.
Yeah.
And then he wants to start with the girls' locker room, right?
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
But how do you know the victim was Chihiro?
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Yeah.
Okay then, what's so strange about it?
We didn't
Go
know it was
ahead.
her.
Share with the rest of the class.
A new element has been added to non-stop debates. I hate these, they're a pain in the ass. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder.
Whoa.
However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case.
Interesting.
So basically, you're identifying two contradicting statements in what they say.
Okay.
When's the best time to flash back? Well, you just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well, then good luck and have fun. I think it's Monokuma that's...
Being the narrator?
Yeah.
It would make sense. Because, like, who else would it be?
Right. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who...
No, it's wrong.
So yeah,
No, that's
it's
wrong.
cool. I like
But
those, but they're a pain in the
Chihiro,
ass.
yeah, it was the victim.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
No, this is really cool.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Had they already seen everyone?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is, I think.
Notice who hasn't said a word this entire time.
Kyoko?
Yeah. I'm not saying she did it. I'm saying it's annoying.
Yeah, girl, speak up.
She like practically solved the first one by herself.
Yeah.
And she just kind of let Makoto flail around for this one.
There is more to
There,
it.
okay, I say
Think
that.
about it.
I want to see Kyoko versus Byakuya. I want to see it now.
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden there? What could it be?
Is it that it was the cord he used in the library?
It does seem like a coincidence that the extension cord was used. Because it's missing from the lamp that he was using. He was in the library all the time.
She still seems messy for him. Like sloppy.
Want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
In my life.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension
It's like they didn't even look. It's like they didn't even look.
I don't think most of them did.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
It's not sitting with me.
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Do you think he's covering for someone?
I think he ordered Genocide Jack to do it.
But she says she didn't. Why would she use a killing method? She said herself she kills with passion and conviction.
That's true.
And she's not gonna kill for something as petty as survival. I feel like if she's gonna say that, she wouldn't kill for something as petty as Byakuya. Because Toko has a crush on him, but she, not really.
Yeah.
She called him a lowly cur earlier.
But she also said that smoking blonde with glasses. You know, she got all like swoony about that. Also, well, I guess if she's strong enough to suspend him, she'd be strong enough to hurl that dumbbell at Chihiro.
That's a good question. How strong is he? We don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, if Genocide Jill can suspend guys onto, I'm assuming, a wall with scissors.
With scissors? Yeah.
Yeah, she'd have to be pretty strong.
Hell
Sorry,
yes,
guys.
that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Yeah.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
No.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
What would
I
be-
killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
His attitude is super weird.
It is,
because he
isn't
would
it?
be really, like, he'd be killed either way. Does he want everyone to die?
I don't know, but it would include himself.
Right. That's why it's so weird.
And he comes across like a, narcissist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think he would want himself to die.
Right. I think that's what's bothering me about this the most, is that if he's acting like he's the Blackened and he's not,
yeah,
then he dies.
Yeah.
If he is the Blackened and he's acting like the Blackened, he dies.
Right.
So what is there?
It could be a defense mechanism, though, like if he is the Blackened and he's backed into a corner right now, he could be trying to act casual about it.
To throw them off.
To anticipate this reaction where Makoto's like, wait, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Where they try to look even further and maybe find something that isn't there.
Right.
Yeah. I like the little mind games that go on in the trials sometimes.
Oh, I love this. I love this so much. There was something else. Oh, we haven't talked about the coffee stain yet on the carpet.
There's a lot of evidence we haven't even talked about yet.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the broken handbooks.
Yeah.
Or the
Leon's broken
handbook. We haven't talked about the coffee stain. We haven't talked about the reason that the locker rooms appear to be switched.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about how Byakuya got into the girls' locker room, considering that the handbook is Leon's. Right?
Unless he used one of the girls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. He could have used Sayaka's, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Or Junko's. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have. It's broken
but still,
anyway.
The fact that Leon's won't turn on is still...
Right. Kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay.
What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya just said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he just said.
Yeah.
Scene of the crime.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard?
Sure did.
When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker room.
The posters and the rug.
Right. Let's see. We're gonna say
start
these,
with that, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
That's right.
But she wouldn't know that.
Right.
Because she didn't go into the boys.
Wait, it's 2 up, 3 up, 4 up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh, interesting.
You're up.
Highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Maybe it's gonna be shit. We gotta hear it.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
It's not bad.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Oh, he's onto it.
Yeah.
What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
She couldn't have used Leon's handbook though.
Right.
It was broken.
It's not working.
And the other two are Junko and Sayaka.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Here we go.
Goddess Kyoko, here to deliver us from
Right.
the throes of evil.
I agree with you, though.
Our
think you're
great
on the right
redeemer.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Monokuma's pissed. Look at him. He's raring to go.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show
Are you
us?
okay over there?
Yeah.
Be boring
Am I-
or I'll be very unhappy.
If we need to take a break, we can.
No. So my jacket has these like little string things, and it was tickling the back of my arm, so I had to fix it.
We're live on the air right now.
I'm sorry.
Kimmy.
No, we're not.
We're on the air.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Where do you think she's going?
I think she's going to the locker rooms with Chihiro's ebook. I hope.
Oh, they're going to take a look at Chihiro's ebook?
I hope so.
Oh, e-handbook?
I mean, that's what I would want to do.
Yeah. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was the scene of the crime, right?
Wait, but Chihiro's bag was gone.
Girls' locker room?
We've already
Well, yeah,
searched
where's
this
her bag?
place top to bottom.
Because Celeste
What are
said
you
that she
trying
had a
to pull,
bag.
Missy?
Yeah.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Taka.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body.
Hina!
Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I
You
go.
stop screwing
I'm sorry,
around.
Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her
This is
entire
weird.
body? I know you say that, but what? This is... What is this?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
This is the weirdest way for them to have investigated this. By
Well,
the
how
way.
else are they gonna find out?
Look at her freaking handbook.
Does it say their gender?
Yes. That's how you get into each locker room. Because it says that the
joking,
handbooks
right?
are assigned to whatever gender, unless it's whatever gender they.
His handbook could say she.
Yeah, it could.
I wouldn't joke about this.
I think they actually talk about that.
Okay.
Then it's really true?
Her handbook should say she is what I mean. Is that what I said?
Guy?
Whatever.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Of course you did.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Because she like no, it's
Oh,
not because it's not because he was a
right.
cross-dresser. It's because
That was a very automatic response. Because
it's
he
an
fits
adorable
her-
little boy.
Right.
Yeah.
He fits her.
Her frame of
Her pattern.
her victim
Her killing pattern. Yeah.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not like weirdly anti-cross-dresser or anything.
Yeah.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
What a nice little field trip we just had.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
So, now that we know one of the twists,
I remember that really like shocked me the first time we played this.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing
That's
I
the last thing she remembers. Everything from now on, like, you don't remember who the
No,
killer
I
is?
don't. I think I do actually.
Okay.
But I may have made it up, but I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Well, let's just find out.
Okay. Because it's not like I just remembered like 5 minutes ago.
But do you remember like what you
But-
were thinking the first time you?
Yeah.
Because I was still like, it's Byakuya
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
What does that mean?
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
It makes me mad that they're still
connected or
calling
clear
Chihiro
or
a male
whatever.
now. Like,
We still
clearly,
think you're the killer, remember?
Chihiro clearly wanted to be referred to as female.
You think so?
I mean, Chihiro never...
Chihiro said that they wanted to get stronger, though.
Mm-hmm. But Chihiro never...
Chihiro was working out. Maybe they only cross-dressed because...
It seemed to fit them better?
Yeah.
And they didn't get teased
Yeah,
as much?
yeah.
Like, they could hide?
Yeah. Then they weren't a weak guy. They were a
weak girl.
little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, no, like a petite girl.
Right,
Instead
right.
of like a weak-ass piece of shit, wimpy dude. I mean, it could be. I don't know.
No, I'm
honestly.
just thinking about it. I would just hope that Chihiro would...
I remember
not be
the
misgendered
outcomes
to
of
death.
these things, but I don't remember the details.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. That's all I wanted
Right,
to say. Yeah.
So he is directing it back at Byakuya.
Yeah.
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's still making me mad. Like, I don't understand how his behavior is benefiting him at all, and I don't like that.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it?
Sloppy!
Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Wait, he came across the corpse in the girls' locker room. How'd he get in the girls' locker room?
By using Sayaka's or Junko's ebooks.
How would he know, though, that there was a corpse in the girls' locker room?
I bet he was planning another murder.
You think so?
Yeah. Or he's a real creep. I mean.
But like, Hina and Sakura always went to the girls' locker room together, and they were the only ones who really used it. So if he was going to the girls' locker room, he would have had to kill Sakura.
No, not unless he went in the middle of the night, like at 4 in the morning, before morning time. Because Chihiro was killed at 2 a.m., right?
Yeah, but then in that case, there wouldn't be any reason for him to think there's anybody in there.
That's why I'm thinking he was planning on sabotaging Sakura or Hina. He's probably trying to take Sakura down. Sakura. Why do I keep doing that?
I don't know.
Sorry, everyone.
Sakura. Sorry. I don't mean to make fun.
I really am trying.
I hate when people make fun
I'm
of
sorry.
my pronunciation, so I shouldn't.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the game at all. I just really suck at pronunciation sometimes. If you watch my streams, you know that to be true.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
So he basically just wanted to make it more interesting. He's just bored out of his mind.
So he's just like a sociopath, basically?
I think so.
Psychopath, even?
I don't think he cares if he survives or not. I think
he's just bored?
I think he's just bored.
He wanted a challenge?
Yeah, and I think he wanted to just see if anyone else could figure it out. Or he might be trying to see Kyoko's ability so he can figure out how to kill her.
Yeah, Kyoko's not really giving him anything.
Well, yeah, she is though, because she's the one who revealed that.
She's done one thing, but he's been focusing very heavily on Makoto. He took Makoto with him on the investigation, and he's been grilling him the whole trial.
Right, but he saw that Kyoko did that with Makoto at first, so maybe he's trying to see like what she found interesting in Makoto to better understand her without approaching her.
So indirectly find out more about Kyoko.
Yeah. It's a little out there, but so is this game.
Why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro?
Why did he have to mess with the murder scene? What an
I know.
So annoying.
There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means...
It's a guy.
It's a guy.
I got it!
Because Leon's handbook is broken.
Right, and everyone else, all the other guys have their own.
Yeah,
books.
so there's no other... Only guys can get into the guys' locker room, but anybody can get into the girls' locker room. That's basically the status.
Right. So unless one of the girls had stolen a book and then put it back before they knew it, that's the only other option.
Well, yeah, if a handbook was stolen, yeah.
But, I mean, that'd be really hard.
Yeah.
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
Man, they only load one truth bullet in. It's kind of annoying. I like cycling through them.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but... Did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Right?
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all
Was that it?
over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
Because you gotta pick one that refutes.
Right.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
Makoto.
It's so
The
cute.
rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he wouldn't have been able
Probably
to.
because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Right? Yeah, I was totally lost at this part too. I was just like, what?
Is it that it looks like Hina's, but she's a girl?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Because exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
Did you catch it?
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Is it that, is it that Hiro, what's his name? Hiro said that he got it from the warehouse?
No.
Is it?
First of
Here,
all,
I'll get it
we
this
know
time.
where Chihiro was headed.
Hold on.
On his
No,
way
no,
to
hold
go
on.
exercise. So next we have to ask,
Why don't you watch it again?
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
It's him, right?
But why?
Even have a tracksuit.
Because he immediately was like,
sucks.
you're saying it matches? Well, mine's
I have
black.
a white tracksuit first.
Like he's immediately trying to defend himself, right?
Got it from the warehouse a few
That's
months
not quite
ago.
it.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard
I'll get
him,
it though.
right?
Not a chance.
First of all, wait, he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it! It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Okay.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue...
No, that's wrong.
Did no one say blue?
No one said blue.
Hold on a second,
Oh.
Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh?
What'd I
Oh.
say? When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
Nothing about it being blue. We just saw
she
that it
never
was
said
blue.
anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit
Wow.
was?
Well, because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No.
But maybe
that
there's more
can't
to
be
it.
The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Cherry.
Cherry. Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
That's awesome.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
It was almost... Oh, she stuffed the jacket into her bag.
It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
and when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
What do you think it was? There was something he did.
That he did?
Yes, there was something that he did or said. There was something that we observed in the last video.
Did we talk about it?
No, it didn't come up. It was very subtle.
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. Was it that he was trying to get it done over with? Like, quickly?
No.
Like, then I don't know.
It's the way he talked. They'll explain it.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dudes.
That's right. I noticed that, but I didn't think about
and
it.
after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Oh, man.
You notice such a tiny detail? Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
But he didn't deny it.
My time has nearly come.
Well, maybe he saw Chihiro that night and found out his secret, but he isn't the killer. There's always that possibility.
Yeah.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling
I mean,
me.
we've been on 2 wild goose chases already with Toko and Byakuya.
Yeah.
Could be on a 3rd.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
I hate Hifumi, sorry.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I
Oh, that's
scooped
right.
it
He
up.
didn't tell us what it was.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... What do you think it is?
I bet it's Chihiro's.
Why would it be Chihiro's?
Because we can't find their bag. And there's been no mention of it, so I would assume that would mean that it was disposed of, like, it fell and, like, just forgotten, because Mondo would have his own.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
But didn't Monokuma say that you can't break them? That there's only one weakness?
They'll talk about
the
it.
handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. It's weak point.
Yeah.
Got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Yes!
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh my gosh, she's an idiot.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Oh my God.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Oh my God.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Mondo.
They realized it was broken, of course,
Taka.
and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
It's because you don't talk to anyone, Byakuya. You're not around the water cooler. You
Your
don't know the
social
gossip.
game is real off, man.
Yeah.
Terrible
I
social
might know
game.
someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Makoto is the only one that knows.
Yeah.
Who might have brought their handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna.
It was Mondo.
Was. And now we gotta select one, yeah.
Here's my answer.
Here's my answer.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing
So
him?
he actually has Leon's ebook, and it's Mondo's that's in the mailbox that's broken. What?
Mondo
Oh my
and
God.
Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but
Here we
I
are.
found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
What ebook do you have on you now, Mondo?
Yeah.
Show us.
Oh, we got 3 this time.
Yes.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Bullshit.
Interesting.
Oh, that was it.
Huh?
That was it.
It was?
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's all
Oh,
there
yeah.
was.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that was it.
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna showdown. If I can just prove that, then that will show what the handbook Mondo has must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what
Let's
he
do,
says
I
is
think it'd be
correct,
card reader,
then
wouldn't it?
Mondo,
We would have to check that.
You broke
Yeah.
your own handbook.
In other words, If Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Yeah, it's not it. Okay.
Oh, is it broken? The broken handbook?
Yeah.
The hell are you talking about? Just shut up, you little bitch.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I embarrassed myself.
Why do we have 1.5 stars?
Let's test
That's
Makoto's
the-
assertion.
That's our
If what
slowdown.
he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
So wait, so we use this on this one?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So it's gotta be
That's a little
Chihiro.
weird.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Oh, it's basically saying like
Your broken one.
your handbook is the broken handbook.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's kind of a weird connection though.
Yeah.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
Yeah.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning
No,
out
we
the
already went over
handbook is
this.
prohibited?
Yeah, I know.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Comic book time.
Woohoo!
Okay.
All right, so here is Chihiro in
There's
Act
Chihiro
1,
in the
packing.
warehouse packing their duffel bag.
Mhm.
Celeste comes in.
Celeste has the worst outfit.
It's very goth Lolita, isn't it?
I don't like it. And then Chihiro's like, ah!
Right? And then she sees the tracksuit.
Wait, does she see Chihiro, wait, what was, can you go over a couple?
What? It's just right here.
No,
What are you talking about?
Yeah, those.
What? Which one?
The one where she's leaving. So, okay, I just wanted to see it. I just
okay.
didn't see it before because you went by very fast. So the one with the sleeve hanging out, I think does go there. I think you're right.
It was Kimmy's idea, everyone.
I just wanted to see it.
Go over to the one with the sleeve. I think that's it.
Okay, fine. You do this all by yourself.
Okay. So then
No, I
Chihiro.
wanna
So then Chihiro puts the tracksuit in the duffel bag, and then says bye-bye.
Bye.
Act 2. So we're in the locker room. And then, let's see.
It's got to be boys, right?
Yeah, well, Chihiro's going into the boys' locker room, right?
Yeah. So I think it's the one that I wanted to see before.
Is it this one? Okay.
Oh, no. I think that would be the big one, and the one with the card would be the little one, wouldn't it?
No, because it's reading from right to left.
I know. So it'd have to be card and then her, and then Chihiro going through the door. Wouldn't that
I
be?
thought this was Chihiro coming up to the door.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh, wait,
Chihiro
is it
going
the
through
open door?
I think so.
Oh. It's hard to tell.
Try it either way. It'll let us
Is
know.
there? Okay, there's no like descriptions. It will, but it's gonna have to like play through the scenario, and then it'll be like, "Oops, that's wrong," and make us come
Yeah.
back. Annoying.
then-
So right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then walking
And
through.
then Chihiro comes in. Mondo's there. And then Chihiro's like, oh, what a long day. Puts her duffel bag into the locker room and is whistling. And then something happens in between Chihiro at their locker and
Mondo
picking up the dumbbell.
Mondo working out?
I think it's picking up the dumbbell here. I know it looks like working out, but I think it's picking up the dumbbell.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Then Mondo hits Chihiro over the head. Wait.
I don't think that's right.
No, because there's the dumbbell hitting the ground.
So I think it's
Wait. It's this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blood splatter hits the poster and hits the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The dumbbell falls to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Chihiro is dead.
He's upset
Mondo's
about it.
Sweaty. So then Mondo rolls up the carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And
the poster?
Looks like he's putting up the poster, doesn't it? Oh, he's taking down the poster. Right here, right? Wait.
Yeah.
Because here it looks like he's putting it up.
Right. No, I think you're right.
Oh,
I think
okay.
he's taking down the poster.
Picking up Chihiro, so he's taking all of them. And then he's grabbing... Wait, no, he grabs the handbook here. So this isn't used.
Would it be the girls' door? Like walking up to the girls' door and then doing the card?
Let's see. Is there anything else it could be? That makes sense?
I don't think it's that.
No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So then... Let's see. Right here, yeah. So it's been set up at that point. So here it has to be...
The poster?
The poster. Right? So he's inside, puts up the poster, because he didn't...
So we have that in picture in our clues as well, and I wonder if that's wrong earlier.
No, that's... Okay, so he's finished with the crime scene. Then Byakuya comes into the girls' locker room. He says, heh, I want to do this. Here, he's carrying the extension cord, right? He ties Chihiro up.
And then writes the message on the wall.
Right. That's definitely right.
Yeah.
And then, so that's
Byakuya's
Byakuya's
that's him
crime
getting
scene.
the blood
Right.
off her face.
Yeah. Then here we go. This is it.
Then
so
goes into the
in the
pool.
sauna.
Oh yeah, the sauna area.
There's nothing else it could be, right? Oh wait.
I think it's the first, like if you go all the way to the right.
What?
I think it's that one.
That?
Yeah.
But that's it hitting the ground. And that's a different handbook. It's got a different...
Oh, you're right. Is that showing that it's heating up though?
I don't know.
Because like he just throws it in, and so it's like hitting the ground, like a hot ground.
Well, no, but he hasn't thrown it yet here.
Oh, I'm talking about for the very last one.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so, right? That's the only thing it could be.
Because there's no door in the sauna like that to shut.
And that's it breaking. Okay.
Yeah, that's it overheating.
Yeah.
Okay.
The killer is you!
Okay, let's see. I feel like we have
First,
one thing wrong.
Let's take a look back to before the incident.
Sha-sha! Slam!
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh, okay. I'm surprised that was right.
Simple.
Great.
Because she was really a he. which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Right, because there's a panel layer that looks almost exactly like that.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
That's right.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Ugh.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Cool.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
I'm really impressed right
now. Just as the killer
now.
expected, the
With
steamy
us?
sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Looks kind of crazy
Isn't
there.
that right, Mondo Arata?
Full name.
Yeah.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence?
They always say this. By the way, his armband always kind of takes me aback at first.
I don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need evidence! You need proof!
I just hate armbands.
Proof?
Yeah.
You can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo's the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles.
Oh my god.
Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time.
What?
During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can press right mouse button, left mouse button, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle,
your temple marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. This is where you, I think we're kind of done with the game for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you were to activate fever time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega time. Good luck and have fun. Okay.
This game is so good.
Yeah, I know. Time for the rhythm game.
So we're fighting against him because he's all freaked out.
You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. Show me.
This should prove it.
Good job.
Didn't miss any.
So far is right.
I'm very impressed.
Thanks.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
I always liked Mondo.
Yeah.
I love how intense he gets.
I don't think you ever saw past this.
No, I didn't. Well, I saw his execution.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot until literally like 30 minutes
I think you were like
ago.
so done. You were really divested from it though.
Yeah.
Because I remember you being really like,
Bro,
can we go?
It was not a good time.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
No.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
No,
Ask for
Mondo.
the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Shut up, Monokuma. So thankfully you don't have to formally vote.
Can you ever guess incorrectly in this game? Or does it always lead you?
It's linear.
Oh, it is? Okay.
They're not all the time.
Okay. You don't have to say anymore.
Yeah.
Let's just... I can't help myself.
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada!
No!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
He has before, right? Like before they even got to the school.
What is this?
I mean, just because he's in a biker gang doesn't mean he's killed people.
I thought he said that he did.
Well, he could have just been saying that.
Let's just listen to him, okay?
Sorry.
Just making judgments about people over here.
He's on that bike, so that means he's a real bad dude.
Why are you apologizing? Why? I'm not gonna say all of those whys.
Not even the last one?
Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Do you mind doing Monokuma's voice since
Sure.
there's a lot of boys talking right now?
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text.
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy! He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl.
Why does Monokuma have a British accent?
Did I give him one?
You gave him kind of one.
That's how you've been talking as him.
Is it?
I don't know.
When he gets softer, yeah.
I don't know.
And
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking
Let's
around.
keep going with the story, all right?
Wow. How's it feel?
Why? No. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turns out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive! I can't do a good giggle.
No, it was good.
And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just got really hot all of a sudden.
Yeah, because it's hot in here.
Yeah, but it just hit all at once. It was weird. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
it's probably my least favorite voice because it's so difficult.
It is, yeah. I didn't know it was gonna be a monologue.
Hey!
I thought they were gonna keep talking.
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. Bless you. There it is.
There's the sneeze that's been in my nose for 2 hours.
But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me.
Yup, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong.
Yeah, it's mislabeled.
Yeah. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro.
Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? I asked as a dumb idiot. Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See?
Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
So, well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anybody to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother! Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. That's the name of vegan cheese here.
Daya.
Yeah. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle in the first place. I don't know why I added that at the end.
Well, it's okay. It's the tone.
Yeah. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country! Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang. And his number two, his younger brother, Mondo! In In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. Gross. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. I'm just creating a whole new character at this point. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All they'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Wait, he was retiring?
Yeah. Well, but he was trying to prove that he could do it.
Yeah. But during the race, tragedy struck! The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team. You and me put together. It's a promise between men.
I started... Is that him dying?
Yeah. Sorry.
I started laughing, thinking, what if you had given him like a... It's my fault, I'm sorry. Like
it's my fault, I'm sorry, Mondo.
Yeah, it's a promise between men.
This gang we conducted together, please take care of it. It's a promise between men.
Okay. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth! It's a tiny little laugh. Ow. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. It's like how Chihiro said weak.
It's the exact opposite. The yin and the yang. And yet... as soon as our killing game began, he realized... no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his older brother!
So we know his secret now. No matter what,
I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why. That's why. Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
'Cause I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
What? What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret.
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face down his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What? What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not fucking you. I mean, making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why'd you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya!
Clunk.
I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey!
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it.
Whoa, Makoto starting to curse.
I can do. Or wait, no. I did a lot of... Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Look at him! You see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, He killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished!
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Iwata, the ultimate biker gang leader!
No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said, wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I like Mondo.
Yeah, me too.
I do really appreciate the art style in the execution scenes, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think this is like the lamest execution though.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought the baseball one was kind of lame.
yeah, I don't know. There are some pretty good ones.
Oh, right. I remember this now.
Yeah, this is like the last thing Kimmy saw.
Yeah.
Where's the bob? Where is it? There's no bob.
So he was basically electrocuted to death on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Ew, he was vaporized.
Yeah, basically, because it got so hot.
Uh-huh. You gonna turn into butter? Monokuma.
Monokuma's evil. Never forget it.
Yeah, but... Hey, gross.
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
I love that.
It can't be. My brother.
Another murder. And another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad.
I don't think I would want to feel again while I'm here. Like, this is a perfect place to not feel.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to.
What a disappointment. This is the end of the game?
Byakuya!
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead! Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
however,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting.
His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone.
Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule too?
That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue.
The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room.
Oh.
After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder?
No, he didn't witness the murder.
He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well.
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see. So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
But... Damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
Ooh.
So it is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that was your reason.
Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh? I'm up next?
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What? You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean.
Damn it.
Good grief. I don't understand why you had to pick apart every stupid little thing.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, exciting.
The noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you.
Wouldn't you, though?
Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
I know, it's rough.
I've been doing this for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I swear. Well, not the whole 2.5 hours.
Right.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
I do love his laugh, too.
One thing about the voice actor for Monokuma, I think he won an Emmy.
For this?
Not for this. I think he won an Emmy for something else that he was doing yesterday.
I mean, he's great. Yesterday?
I think so. I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, let me see. Anyway.
That's cool.
Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo.
But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. Weird analogy.
It was.
All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
What? I do not remember that.
You did not get that far.
No.
Last time. Yeah, this is where the larger story kind of starts developing.
So I would assume that was a guy that he was talking to. So that has to be
reasonable assumption.
Either Taka or Hiro or Byakuya.
Well, I think it was they were just using like the generic killer model that they used.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. But,
so it could be like Kyoko or Celeste even.
basically, there's a plant, right? Is what that scene implies.
Yeah.
And Monokuma's chiding them because they haven't killed anybody yet.
Yeah.
They said you were supposed to make the first move. Try to make things more interesting from now on.
I mean, my first reaction would be, that's Byakuya. Like, he's, like, trying to make things more interesting anyway. But that's too easy. And this is a game where they don't want it to be too easy.
So they're faking their fight with each other?
Yeah. Like, I think that's too easy.
And what was that about the 16th high school student?
So that blank spot in the circle, they're trying to figure out who that is
It
reserved
seems
for.
like it's not just a blank spot.
Yeah, like they're already in place.
Like there is a 16th high school student.
Yeah.
But clearly, if there is, we haven't seen them yet.
Right.
Yeah. It's a mystery, isn't it? Well, guys.
What if it's Makoto's little sister? Is she in high school?
It's not. It's not Makoto's little sister, okay?
Fine.
Yeah, and that's the most you're getting out of me.
Okay.
But, yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry. Hi. Okay. The cable almost came out.
Oh my
I
god.
don't like it. Well, it's like a little off. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Let us know what you thought about this video and this game in the comments. That was a 2.5 hour trial.
Yeah.
And
that was brutal.
The first one's pretty short in comparison to the rest of them. I think the rest are about this length.
Okay.
I remember this one being longer than the rest for some reason.
It did kind of feel like it dragged on.
It did drag on, but they had to explain, they had to take you on the tangents, and then they had to explain the motive.
Right.
Yeah, and the backstory.
Which was good.
For
That was
two
good.
characters that never talked about their backstory.
Yeah.
So
that was really good.
This case is one of my favorites, but the next one is really good too, so I'm excited about it.
I am too.
I'm excited to see your reaction to this next one because you had previously experienced the previous two.
Right.
But up until that scene with Monokuma, you know,
Yeah.
you
I
had
didn't
been
know about
re-experiencing
that.
it, so everything is going to be new to Kimmy completely.
Yay!
So it should be fun. I'm anticipating a lot of what? Yeah, because there's going to be some shit. Like things have been comparatively boring up until now.
Okay, I believe it.
Yeah.
it. I'm ready for some action!
So we'll see you guys in the next video.
Woo! Thanks for watching. Think critically!